Joins us. He is a cardiologist with SSM Health, SLU Hospital, and SLU Care. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
Yesterday, it was big news that the World Health Organization has diagnosed video games as a legitimate disease and health concern.
Wow, has this thrown everybody in an uproar?
Yes.
Right? So, the World Health Organization is just trying to kind of continue to have an expansive concept on various different things, and this is yet again another thing where people can become addicted to. We just talked about your advertisement for heroin and other drugs. Obviously, people get that, but I think everybody knows somebody who kind of has a chance of getting hooked on video games and who plays them for 6, 8, 10 hours at a stretch and seemingly can't get up. And, so the World Health Organization's made a proposal. This is not a final thing. They've made a proposal that video games could be listed as one of those things you could be addicted to.
Well, you get the chemical addiction with the alcohol or the drugs. But, gambling, right? The gambling, you get that high, whatever that endorphin high is you get. There are people who are addicted to working out to where you become almost unhealthy. I know I've played video games to where when you go to bed, you sort of see the game in your head.
Yeah,
right.
It's still part of your life.
Right. Yeah. Or you're weirded out by it, and you have the effects of staring at the TV screen for a couple hours at a time. I could see how somebody could become addicted to video games.
So I think that's the point that you bring up, that the World Health Organization is trying to say, is that, we don't necessarily get addicted to a substance alone. I think the addiction, and I think humans are highly addictive types of species. We can get hooked on a lot of different things. And the hook is what that positive feedback loop feels like in the brain. And then, so whatever you do, whether it's exercise or with video games or, unfortunately, sometimes substance abuse, that provides a mechanism whereby the body feels good. And it says, I want to do that more. Mm-hmm. I need more of that. I need more of that. And whatever that is, I think we can become addicted to. And the addiction part becomes the problem because it starts taking over the rest of your life.
Well, you're right. I've had friends who don't go to class who would play video games,
right? Who
wouldn't go to school, who wouldn't go to work, who wouldn't go out on dates because they were busy playing video games.
Right. And so when that starts affecting the life part of your day or your week or your month, then I think that becomes in excess. Yeah. And the World Health Organization is just trying to have as an expansive list as possible. There are some good ramifications to having something listed as a diagnosis from a standpoint of potential treatment. Right. So if you need potentially, say, therapy, you want to see a psychologist to try to wean yourself off and get rid of, in this case, a video game addiction,
right.
And it's not listed as a known diagnosis, then you will pay for that out of your own pocket. There is no insurance company that will pick that up in any way, shape, or form and say, okay, we recognize this as a real condition, and we recognize this as the treatment for said condition. And so there are some potential good things down the road where these connections can help people.
So this is just something where health insurance won't cover and we can complain about it.
Well, we can complain about a whole lot of things, there's no doubt.
But you bring up video games, which is interesting. But this little device that I'm holding in my hand,
yep, this
is a video game.
Yep.
This dings, has bells and whistles. And if you can get addicted to a video game and you scoff, I'm here to say that I have a phone problem.
So I think if we look forward a few years, because things like this World Health Organization list is by definition behind. So if we sort of fast forward 3, 4, 5 years in the future, I fully predict that there will be two different things that we start talking about. One is smartphone addiction, and the other is social media addiction.
Right.
The concept with respect to, well, we got to know what's going on in the world. You subscribe to Twitter and then you put it on an alert. And so every time somebody tweets about something, then you start seeing it and it starts getting you back on your phone, or however that works for an individual person. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The inability to put that phone down, the inability to stay off of a concept concept of, well, how many likes did I get, or how popular am I, or that
Right.
type of thing. And those are all addictive type things as well.
Well, and ask yourself, it's like smokers. You say, I can quit when I want to. I don't want to quit, right?
Yeah.
Go one day without your phone.
Do it. And
you will break out into hives. You won't be able to concentrate. You won't be able to think. And then the minute you get it, okay, good. I got my phone. Okay, everything's good.
Well,
I mean, that's like when I was smoking and I didn't have a cigarette.
Or the other way you can do it is go one day and you can carry my phone. So my phone is going to go off for a lot of different reasons.
Right.
Many of them are not tweets. They're different patient-related issues.
Yeah, your patients don't want me to carry your phone.
Well, but I mean, there are some responsibilities with it. So in terms of when me and my friends get together and we say, we had a day without our phones, I mean, that's almost like a blessing.
Right.
Phenomenal.
Well, a blessing or a curse. But I mean, if you can't relax because you don't have your phone, that's a sign you're addicted to your phone.
I would agree with that. I
Yeah.
would agree with that. So I think, the heat shouldn't be put on video games. And unfortunately, these things become politicized, right? Because the video game industry is now pushing back hard, saying, no
Right.
way, this can't be addictive.
Right.
They know it's addictive. They make the video games on purpose to provide those types of things to keep people playing. I wouldn't focus on the video game concept of it. I would focus on the concept that humans are addictive by nature,
Right.
and we need to be careful about these things.
Yeah, it's a much bigger issue than just video games, but you're right. Dr. Michael Lim, cardiologist with SSM Health, SLU Hospital and SLU Care, and a friend of the show with us, everyone's